Hey, Zach, as you took a closer look at yesterday, what do you feel like the key is for you guys to get things going in the red zone?
Yeah, I think we're close, but I think it just comes down to eliminating the negative plays. I mean, after watching it, I feel like we're hitting the red zone and then putting ourselves too far back behind the sticks to have a shot at it. And, that starts with me, the communication, getting everybody on the same page and, everyone kind of taking a deep breath and just doing our assignments. I think, every single play you can kind of point to one guy or two guys that are making a mistake and everyone's taking their turn. Maybe one play it's me, and the next play it's him, and then him, and then him, and it's like, okay, well, collectively as a group, we need to find a way to do our jobs and stay ahead of the sticks and find a way to just, be better in that situation because it definitely needs to improve.
Hey, Zach, what does the presence of Aaron mean to you? I know it means a lot to everybody in the team, but particularly for you, for as much as he helped you this summer and whatnot. When he is around, what does it mean for you?
Yeah, being around him this OTAs and training camp was tremendous for me. Just the ability to, throw next to him every day, watch the way he approaches things, the way that he, goes through his footwork, his process at the line, asking him questions about certain plays, all of the above. I really enjoyed spending my time with him, and I know he's been going through his own battles right now of trying to get healthy and all that, but it's always great to have him around.
I'm curious on the shovel pass to Brees yesterday, which was improvised. Is that any kind of a sign about how more comfortable and aware you are in the pocket and whatnot? I mean, that was obviously maybe a play you don't make last year or the year before.
Yeah, I think it's just knowing how every play starts and ends. I mean, one thing I try and do in my prep every week is always try and think where a play ends and where's the last guy, I can go. So on that play, I knew the read was front side, but, in the back of my mind, I said, I got Brees over the ball. If anything to my front side doesn't look good and I got to step up, I know I have an outlet right there to him. And he obviously does a tremendous job of being able to run after the catch. And so as much as I can get him the ball is going to be a good thing.
Zach, could you just kind of reflect on what this opening of the season has been like with the adversity you guys have dealt with, kind of losing 3 games in a row and then bouncing back here to find yourselves at 3-3 at the bye?
Yeah, crazy. All we do is look back and see which little plays or mistakes we could have back and how it could have changed even where we are now. We felt like we let one slip in the Chiefs game and needed to play better in the New England game, and everything comes down to little plays. And so taking a chance to kind of reflect during this bye week and say, hey, how can we take this offense to the next step? And starting with me, finding each individual little play that I can be just a little bit better and just a little bit more on cue with what I'm asked to do. And I think if everyone kind of takes that approach offensively, we can be really good.
Zach, what kind of difference can Brees make? You didn't have him down the stretch after the bye in the last 10, 12 games last year. With the way he's playing now, how much of a difference maker can he be compared to that you didn't have last season when things went awry?
Yeah, he's just another element defenses have to be very aware of because, he's somebody that is unbelievable with the ball in space and obviously running the ball, but also in the pass game. If you get him in space, he's going to go make something happen with it. And, my job is to keep getting him the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if how he is in private, but with us after every game, it almost seems like every game he says, we were the better team won, we were the better team. Is he that confident in private, and do you guys feed off that? It doesn't seem like he's a guy who says a lot, but it seems like what he says is has a lot of swagger.
Yeah, absolutely. He believes just like I do, just like the rest of this offense does. We all believe in each other, and we feel like when we haven't been looking good, it's just because we're beating ourselves. Too many self-inflicted wounds, and we need to find a way to to stay ahead of the sticks, like I said earlier, and lean on one another. And we 100% have the guys, and we obviously have the defense. Those guys are doing a tremendous job for us, and so how can we take that next step?
Zach, a lot of times when Robert is talking about you guys as individual players, he talks about your superpower. I'm sure you've heard that a number of times, whether it's your arm or whatever, that kind of thing for yourself. What do you see as his superpower, and can you expand on how he's handled the adversity you guys have had to deal with since basically the fourth play of the season with Aaron going down?
You're saying who's Brees' superpower?
No, Rex. I mean, Robert's superpower. He talks about your guy's superpower.
Oh, Coach Salehs. Coach Saleh. Yeah.
Coach Saleh. What do you see as his superpower?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to point to one thing. I mean, the culture he establishes, for one, I think, of bringing everyone together, understanding the violence it needs. I mean, I know it really reflects the other guys, right? Because why do I need violence? But I understand the message of just, coming together and just having an absolute, violence mentality and effort mentality. And, you can see it by the way the guys play, absolutely no quit. And I think the messages that he gives every single day, that's definitely his superpower of how to bring a group together, and his leadership, I think he does a tremendous job with as well. And one of my favorite things in team meetings is just kind of relating, as an offense, you don't always see what the defense is doing, and as a defense, you don't see what the offense is doing. So he does a good job of bringing all three phases of the game together and kind of bringing everyone in on, what we're working on for the weeks ahead and what we're doing good at. And, so I think that's his superpower.
Thanks.
Any more for Zach?
Zach, Garrett last night was talking about how when you guys are out there, it seems like defenses don't think too highly of you, just the way they either talk about you or play against you. That's kind of put a chip on your guys' shoulder. You guys talked about it in the locker room. Like, do you have the same feeling? Like, we got to go out and show them that we're better than they think we are, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those guys came out and pressed us up from the beginning of the game and said, you got to beat us down the field, and it is disrespectful, but at the same time, we need to prove it. So, I don't think that's a bad strategy by their part at all, because we need to be able to prove that. And so, progressively working to just keep getting better. And we got to understand that if someone wants to play us like that, we got to make them pay with it.
Zach, how much was Aaron in your ear yesterday or the last couple of days? I mean, I know he had the headset on, but was he talking to you at all, or just, what was his role with you the last couple of days?
Yeah, I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him. Obviously, the headset he was on with the coaches. So during the game, it was me, primarily hearing Hack, and then on the sideline with Hackett as well. But, talked to him a little bit at half about, maybe some of the signals he was seeing from those guys. But I think he was primarily just in with the coaches on kind of what they were thinking with scheme and everything.
Did you see him throwing, Zach, before the game?
I did not, but I heard he was out there throwing it around a little bit.
Is that amazing? I know you haven't had an Achilles, but you've heard of what the rehab is like. He's out there a month later.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, that dude's demeanor, the way he attacks everything is special. So, I mean, I'm not surprised at all.